Alright y'all, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to watch a couple of videos on, or a couple of stories on Uber and Lyft horror stories. I'm not the one to go into someone's car without me knowing who you are. I'm not that dude. I got trust issues a mile long. But if you guys have any horror stories or something happened to you while you took a Uber or a Lyft, let your boy know. You know what I mean? Always trying to hear some crazy stuff. But I'd rather walk it before I get in some stranger's car. I don't care if you have your fucking name there. Nah. I've seen too many videos like this that make me not want to do it. So we're gonna check it out. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Let's get it. Cheers.
This first story has high-quality visuals, courtesy of the YouTube channel Dark Echoes.
Salute Dark Echoes.
When I was 21, I spent 2 years studying abroad in the United States. It was near the end of my second semester when my friend Letitia came to visit. She was the most perfect, blue-eyed, blonde-haired French girl that you could possibly imagine. One who embodied the...
No such thing as a perfect girl. Let's get that out the way now. Sorry, ladies. Wait, we all know there's no such thing as a perfect woman.
full expression of sensuality and je ne sais quoi. We met a few years earlier
More like a menage a
at an
trois.
exchange party in Argentina. I was instantly smitten by her beauty and passion for life and cultural immersion. After she got settled in, we went to a nearby city for sightseeing and dancing. It was a fun night. Letitia and I enjoyed drink after drink as we celebrated being back in each other's arms again. At 2 a.m. the
Ain't
nightclub
nothing wrong with
closed,
that.
and Letitia and I said goodbye to our new friends. We walked to a Waffle House a couple blocks away and indulged in a calorie-heavy meal. We were happy, still a bit tipsy and ready to pick up where things left off back in Argentina. It was nearly 4 a.m. when Letitia and I left the restaurant. We requested an Uber to take us home and waited outside for the car to pick us up. 2 minutes later, an average-looking vehicle pulled up and stopped directly in front of us. The driver waved for us to get in. We thought nothing of it. We climbed in. And
That's where y'all went wrong. First of all, they supposed to notify you, and they posted, like, yo, are you so-and-so? Yeah, I'm your Uber driver. Come on, man. ID all day, baby.
Letitia gave me a playful spank. As the car pulled out of the parking lot, the driver asked for the address. I searched my purse for the information on the rental we were staying at and give it to him. It didn't occur to me in that moment that he should have already had...
Exactly. Wasn't you supposed to have that info already? Ooh, this is not going to be good.
that information from when we requested the service. The moving lights from the street lamps intermittently illuminated Letitia's body. She was wearing a thin blue dress that flattered her beautiful...
This girl ready to get it, and she don't care how she got home. She just wants to... Hey, I ain't mad at you. I'll be the same way.
silhouette. I was eager to explore her body beneath. She pulled my mouth close to hers. I could see a notification light illuminating the leather car seats. I tried to steal a look. A seductive whisper from Letitia redirected my attention back to her. Another notification. This time I checked my phone.
It's the real Uber driver. Guarantee it. Real Uber driver. We're here. Where you at?
To my surprise, it was from Uber. It said our car had arrived at the Waffle House. I started searching the car for the Uber logo. My heart sunk as I realized we weren't in an official vehicle. I told the driver, "Sir, I think I got the wrong Uber." With a reassuring tone, he responded that it was okay because he was an independent driver and that we were almost there.
Nope. Nope. Get your mace out. Get your mace out. No.
I fought my increasing anxiety.
No.
Once again, I was pulled into Letitia's seductive web.
Bitch, get your horny ass off me. We in danger right now. Red flags all day. Let's go.
He continued to kiss my neck and moan into my ear.
Alright, well, yeah. I feel you on that one. Yeah, that's going to be a little distracting.
Minutes later, the car abruptly turned. I looked out the window, so we weren't on the freeway anymore. We were on a side street in a mostly empty section of the city. I looked up at the driver and noticed he was leering at us through the rearview mirror.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I would be too. Two hot-ass chicks making out in the backseat of my car. You're lucky I don't have my phone out. That's going right on my YouTube channel. Nah, I'm playing. I'm stupid, let me stop. And what's in this drink? Cheers.
My paranoia took over. I sat straight in my seat and gently separated myself from Letitia. She was unhappy I pulled away, but I told her to slide over and gestured at the driver. She immediately understood and stopped being so overtly physical with me in the back. A few seconds later, the car pulled into an industrial parking lot and stopped. This obviously wasn't the destination, and we were both worried.
Stop taking your generic multivitamin. I'm gonna fill you in on a little not-so-secret secret.
Fuck your
She
secret
took my
secret.
hand and squeezed her body close enough that I could feel her rapid heartbeat against my arm. The driver turned off the car and used his fingers to brush his hair to the side. And then he said, "Wanna have some fun?" I must have...
Ladies, let me get some advice to you. If you're gonna go out, party, drink, get your drink on, have fun. But please do me a favor. Have a weapon on you to protect yourself. Mace, a knife, a 22, a 25, anything you slide in your purse. Especially if you're taking Uber, because this shit right here can happen. I don't want to do a video about y'all getting hurt or murdered because you're in an Uber. You know what I'm saying? Come on, protect yourself, ladies. Be mindful of your surroundings at all times. I'm just saying, that's just coming from the heart. Protect yourself, for real.
With as much strength as I could manage, and let him know we just wanted to go home. I tried to sound strong and authoritative. My voice came off soft and weak. With a penetrating gaze, he said that he was a nice guy with alcohol back in his apartment. He turned back to face us, and Letitia squeezed even tighter against me. I demanded he start the car and take us back home. After a long glance at our legs, he turned back to the front and started driving again. I took out my phone and dialed a friend from college. No answer. I tried another friend. Nothing. I realized it was almost 5 a.m. on
Bitch, call 911. Your people ain't picking you up. What they gonna do? Call the cops. I don't like cops. But in this situation, yeah, it's time to call somebody that can actually do something and follow their car. Like, come on. Y'all need to think.
weekend. Nobody was going to answer. Nobody was going to help. And then he pulled into a large empty parking lot and stopped again. Letitia started panicking. I could feel her legs shaking against mine. Her desperation was palpable. I spoke in the loudest, deepest voice I could muster. "We're done, we're leaving." He only smiled and leered. I tried to open my door, but it didn't budge. Letitia tried to open hers and had the same result. The driver must have activated the child locks. Letitia started screaming. Her heavily accented English was almost impossible to understand. I quickly took the phone and tried to call my friend again. It went to voicemail.
Call the
In
cops!
an isolated parking lot.
I these bitches are to piss me
No one
off.
walking or driving anywhere nearby. Two petite girls with micro dresses, high heels, and nothing in our purses to possibly defend ourselves. The driver reached back and put his hand on Letitia's leg. She slapped it away. "Feisty Frenchie," he said. He suddenly opened his door and left the car. He walked to the nearby bushes and started looking for something. Letitia turned to me and said, "You're gonna die.
Run! Run!
In that moment, I suddenly remembered a documentary I saw as a child in Argentina. In one of the stories, the woman described how she avoided being assaulted. I told Letitia I had a plan. I put 2 fingers into my mouth and triggered my gag reflex. A moment later, I vomited in my hands. I then started rubbing the foul mix of alcohol and pancakes all over my dress.
Oh.
It smelled like Letitia. She puked as well. We both rubbed it on our arm.
I never heard that one before. It's gross. But hey, that's fucking creative. I give them props. I give them respect for that. They thought outside the box. You know what I mean?
His legs and even our faces. We were absolutely disgusted. I heard the sounds of the doors unlocking. I looked up and saw the infuriated driver holding a grimy bag he must have retrieved from the bushes. He screamed at us to get out. We stumbled out of the car and hardly had a moment to collect ourselves before he drove off. A feeling of relief washed away my fear. I took out my phone to request another Uber. We sat together, contemplating the night. We were alone. Nothing left to fear.
Why didn't you call the cops?
Letitia took off her dress and used it to clean herself.
Oh, word. You almost got raped and murdered. And now you're gonna take your dress off, so you're gonna be in your brown panties in the middle of nowhere in a dimly lit parking lot. Yeah. How you know the next Uber driver ain't gonna be the same way?
As best we could. When our car arrived, we confirmed it was our Uber and got inside. Letitia comforted me by taking my hand. I knew this was an experience neither of us would ever forget.
Monica, I just sent you the email with the client notes.
Doc now, but I think it's an older version. Can you send an update?
And y'all realize it said produced it by the boy that was in her phone, right? So is this made up or not? It's a good storyteller, though.
It was a stormy night, the first thunderstorm of the year. This was after my night shift ended at 4 a.m. I had to call Lyft to the train station since I didn't have my car at the time. I waited outside the place I bartended at the time, under the front patio to avoid getting soaked. A car pulled down the empty street and stopped in front of the bar. I had to check the Lyft app to ensure it was the correct car, and it was. A gray Honda Civic. I got in and greeted the driver, whose name was Sahil. I attempted to get in the front seat at first, but he told me not to and to sit in the back. That was only the second time I ever tried sitting in the front. That was before I realized it was customary to sit in the back.
Yeah, why would you go and sit in the front seat with a stranger? It's Lyft and an Uber is considered a taxi, and everybody knows if you got less than 4 people in the car, your ass goes to the back. Unless there's 3 people and one has to sit in the front. Other than that, ass is in the back.
From the bar to the train station, it was about 10 minutes. The reason I was taking the train instead of just Ubering the whole way to my house is because I'd be saving about $40. The driver was going very slow, but there was nothing weird about that given the weather outside. I would expect anyone to drive cautiously in a torrential downpour like this one. The driver didn't take the highway route. He took us down the side roads. I wasn't concerned about missing my train, though. I had plenty of time. I wasn't concerned until the driver said something under his breath and then pulled the car to the side of the road. I looked up from my phone to see why. I saw a man in the pouring rain waving his hands in the air.
No. Oh, now you're gonna pick up a hitchhiker. Homie, you're gonna get robbed. You'll be lucky if you just get robbed.
I almost asked if he was stopping to pick him up, but I just observed. And yes, the man on the street got in the back passenger seat next to me. He was soaking wet. He kept his black hood on in the car. I scooted all the way over to the left. I was expecting the man.
Time out. Time out. First of all, that one happened with me. But like, you better keep going past it. I'm paying you money to take me here. But the dude did come in. First thing I said, I'm like, yo, you better have fun on this ride, dog. You better have my money. Cause this ain't a free ride. Fuck out of here.
And then the driver to exchange some kind of words, but they didn't. Did they know each other? I had no idea what was going on.
Nah, they know each other. It's a setup. That's why he went down that dark ass road. Oh, hell no. Yeah. Something ain't gonna go right with you, dog.
During the ride, I felt in the corner of my eyes the feeling of that man next to me looking at me. Maybe he was looking out my window, so I shot a quick half-second glance to him. But I was wrong. He was looking at me. On top of it, as the drive progressed, I started paying more attention to the route we were taking. It wasn't the right way to the train station. I tried to sneak a peek at the...
Yeah. Last cabin on the left. You're gonna get tied up and tortured, motherfucker.
driver's phone screen to see if maybe he was following some incorrect route. But he seemed to have his phone on his lap, unlike most Lyft drivers who have their phones mounted on the dashboard. I politely said, "I think we're going the wrong way." He replied something in such a low tone mixed with a thick accent that I had a hard time understanding it. By the third time I asked him to repeat himself, I finally just repeated myself and said we're going the wrong way. I confirmed this by checking the map on my phone. The driver didn't acknowledge me. I felt as though the guy next to me was inching closer.
Open the door, tuck and roll, baby. Tuck and roll. Because whatever's out in those woods, I'd rather deal with that than them two dudes that's in that fucking car right now.
Every minute. He also wouldn't stop staring at me. Eventually, I asked the driver to pull over and canceled the ride. No acknowledgement. The driver was blowing stop signs, and there were no stoplights anywhere on these side roads, so I didn't really have a good time to escape, but I knew I was about to be their victim of something. This was some kind of trap, so I decided I was going to jump out of the car when I had the chance.
Thank you!
I waited till we were on a street with woods on one side, which was perfect for me to make my escape. The car was going probably 15 to 20 miles per hour. I opened the car and jumped out. Two men screamed stuff in a different language, guessing to each other. My impact with the ground was obviously painful, but I think the layer of water on the street might have cushioned my fall a little bit. The car completely stopped, and I saw the man who was next to me get out. I had to get on my feet and run into the woods. I heard him chasing after me for a little bit, but there was no shot he'd find me. I heard him yell something back to the car. It sounded like it was in Russian. Then he ran back to the car and they drove off. I immediately called an Uber instead of a Lyft this time. And this time I was brought safely to the train station. While on the train, I went ahead and filed an online police report. I contacted the...
Finally, somebody's thinking the right way. Somebody is actually thinking the right way. I'm not the one for calling cops, but when it comes to stuff like that, you gotta call the cops and making a report. Because they could do that to someone else and actually kill somebody. So, yeah, call the cops when it comes to shit like this. I'm all down for that. Other than that, nah. We let the streets handle it.
Lyft and reported the driver. The next day, I also went to the police station and reported the whole incident. But here's where the bomb was dropped. There was a gray Honda Civic reported stolen just the night before.
Of course there
And
was.
every last detail I could remember, and eventually I was on my way. I left that police station contemplating my life, and just how narrowly I may have escaped with my life.
Of course you did. Of course it was stolen. Man, listen. I'm like, people are crazy out there. We all know that. I'm like, first of all, before you get into the car, make sure it's the driver that is supposed to be. It's the car that is supposed to be. Everything. If it's not, don't get in the car. And if you happen to, have something to protect yourself with. These stories were crazy as hell, man. I don't know. That's why I'll never take a Lyft. I'd rather walk it out. But if you, like I said in the beginning, if you guys have a story that you want to share, let me know. If not, to the next one. Peace.